So, where to begin? Okay, so this is going to be a start of blog posts, I think, seriously blog posts for my MA short course project and research. So where have we got to? It's almost the end of January 2018. I feel like I've missed a month. I managed to pick up a disgusting cough and cold which really didn't, it felt like it lasted for about 6 to 8 weeks. And sometimes you wouldn't even get any sleep because of too much coughing, and I think that's finally going. The days are getting lighter and it's beginning to all look a little bit clearer, so I'm excited about coming back into actually getting into the research. And Ruth and I have been unearthing bits of the house, and we've actually carved out a bit of space. So this was a 2-day project clearing. We've got a little snug room which is a bit of a corridor, and we cleared out this corner on Monday, and then Tuesday evening I was teaching, and by the time I came back Ruth had moved my computer and the desk from upstairs, and it's all kind of here in this corner. And for the first time possibly since I had the photography studio down the road, and certainly since I had briefly had a photography office upstairs, which I did, for a few months until the boys really needed to have their own bedroom. This is the first time I've had like a little corner that feels like no one can get in behind me. So I'm in the corner, which is really nice because then I haven't got anyone peering over my shoulders. No one can come through the door behind me. The front door's here, kitchen's down there, and the stairs up there. So I'm kind of in the middle of the house, but I'm not in a corridor. I am in a corridor, but I'm not being barged in on all the time, and I shouldn't have people gazing over my shoulder all the time at what I'm doing or trying to do stuff next to me, because it's a small desk and it's just got enough room to have my screen and my computer, and the things I need are going to be here, and they're not going to impact on anyone else, and that's really good because I need to put time aside for this and to do the work without interruptions, or without having to tidy up my desk from other people's stuff all the time, and to have a space where I can go where I'm not actually disturbing anyone in the kitchen, I'm not disturbing anyone in the sitting room, and I can just kind of go and have a bit of space to do that typing or reading or writing or notes or whatever it is, and I'm not in anyone else's way. Then that's going to be really good. Where have I got to with it? I started reading up, so I started to read up on the research and notes, but didn't make a huge impact in taking notes from what I was doing. We ran an on-site induction for the blacksmiths at the forge at Home Lacey in Hereford. So the first year blacksmiths have had their introduction to cameras, and they've had them actually on site in the forge, so where they will do the majority of their actual creative process and work, and possibly the bit that is of the most interest. So let me think. I think there's about 20 people, so I ran a kind of a mini induction just to get them used to using the cameras and very basic controls, and go and take pictures, and then come and talk to me if you want to change stuff. So I've got a few pictures on that. I recorded feedback straight away after each little session just to get a kind of, was it good doing it here as opposed to doing it at the college? There's a bit of a slight issue there because they won't have any experience of having that session at the college because we didn't do that session for them at the college. So I'm hoping that that'll come through, and the feedback will be the benefit of doing this kind of technical session where we're taking the technical session out to a relevant location where we're doing, it's not in a studio where they probably won't spend where they'll spend maybe a tiny fraction of their time. So to actually take it out on location where it's a useful experience for them because it's really relevant to what they're doing. And I need to sit down and look at what I've recorded, my feedback. I need to read up on theory. I need to start tying all these things together, and I need to look at the next step for what do we do with them next, which is probably to introduce them to some of those studio tips, or to introduce them to ideas of how you could get particular shots, so exciting shots with sparks flying everywhere, as opposed to how can you create and build that myth. Other things that have been really interesting, I had a nice chat with Joel Black about his experience throughout the course and prior to the course, and so I want to go back into that research and see, pull out the key threads that he talked about. Martin, Cameron and Sophie from the library have found me the most amazing resource of paintings, like in a history of art paintings of blacksmiths. So it's that I want to delve into that a little bit, and that kind of representations of blacksmiths in art. I think one of the things that came up was people being able to talk about and demonstrate what they do in a way that other people can understand, and how that might be useful and important. And aside from that, I think I need to build a little platform where I can share these videos and the photos and the notes. So my plan is to put up a little website where I can have a little regular blog post about what I've been looking at, and I can post bits of research, and then it can sort of build up into the final presentation. And that's where I think I am now. What's the date? So it's the 24th of January. It's quiet here because the kids have gone off to a thing, an exercise class, and we're just waiting for them to come back and all noise to break out. And really this is the first time I've actually sat down at this desk and turned everything on and thought about what is it I'm going to do next with this, particularly with this project, because this is the project that I want to invest some time into. So there we go, that's where I've got to, and I'm going to hit stop on the recorders and stop talking and actually put the kettle on the cup of tea.